Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Talk Japan. On this show we talk about everything Japan in English. My name is Mitch and I'm here with
Natsuki.
How are you, Natsuki?
Great.
You're great now.
Yeah, I'm great now because I just finished
As
eating.
you can see, there's nothing in this coffee cup. She was like, right before the show, she's like, Yaba, just 食べないと.
Yeah, I forgot to eat lunch today and I came here and realized I'm hungry and I went to 7-Eleven and bought a corn dog.
That was a corn dog you just ate.
Corn dog?
Yeah, corn dog.
I like it. Hot dog.
How
do we say that? American dog.
No, you guys say American dog.
Dog, 犬.
American dog でしょ?
Dog.
What?
American dog.
Wiener. I mean, what do you guys say?
American dog っていう。
でしょ? And then in English it's corn dog.
Corn dog. どっち?
Good. Like a hot dog.
Good.
Corn dog.
Okay, corn dog. I just ate it. It was great.
It's like a Japanese lesson for Natsuki. Let's roll that intro. So Natsuki, aside from being now full, how are you recently?
Oh, so my husband was not home for 2 weeks, but tonight he will be back.
Tonight he comes back.
Tonight he will come back. Yeah.
So does that mean that? What does that mean for you? Does it mean like he's gonna watch the kids?
That's right. And so these 2 weeks I took care of my children all by myself.
Yeah.
Of course, I sometimes ask for help to someone, but most of the time I took care of them. So now I finally, have my partner back, and then he will, take care of them. So I'm happy.
So basically, you're saying that a child rearing partner is now back.
Yeah.
So when your husband's gone for 2 weeks, like what kind of things change? Like because I know that your husband he's a good guy and I know he likes kids, but like what does he do around the house? Like what does he do? His jobs?
He took the kids to the bath. He bathes them.
Yeah.
And then he just praying with them is enough because in that time I can do some other things.
But when he's not there, it's 100% you.
Yes, that's right. But you know what? I put them in the bed earlier than usual. Like, all the time they went to bed like 9 or 9:30.
Yeah.
But I want my free time, right? So I was like, yes, let's go to bed like at 8 p.m.
How'd that work out?
Yeah, it actually worked. Yeah, I turned the light off and, I told them it's time to go to bed. And then they went to bed, actually. Because my husband always come back home like 8 or 7:30 or 8.
Okay.
So kids get excited and then they don't want to sleep. But he doesn't come home, right? He didn't come home, right?
Because he was in Hokkaido.
Yeah, he was in Hokkaido. And then, so nobody disturbed us. So they went to bed very early. Then, after that...
Did they stay asleep until the morning?
Yes.
They didn't wake up?
No.
Huh.
That's cool, right?
You have very good kids.
Right.
If like, dude, when I was young, me and my brothers, mom would be like, all right, time to go to bed. Because we were like 2 bunk beds in one room. So like 4 of us in one bedroom because we have 7 kids.
Yeah.
Or 7 brothers. And like, it's like none of us would, if there's 4 of us and one of us is not asleep, then like he would wake the rest of us up and like endless just not going to sleep.
That's cute.
And then like mom would come in and like check on us and make sure that we're okay. And we all pretend to be asleep. And then she leaves and we go back to doing bad things. We did so many bad things.
And my kids are only 4 and 2. So maybe after they, bigger, they grow up, they might do such a thing.
I think girls tend to be trouble after puberty.
Maybe, yeah.
So like from 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 to, that's when they start to become trouble.
Could be.
Mostly
true.
when they start to notice boys.
And then after they got the smartphone, maybe.
Also a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
We got a huge show with a lot of news for you guys today. Lots of things to talk about. First story that we're going to go to today is 46% in Japan have issues interacting with foreign coworkers, survey says. So on this story, it says some 45.8% of Japanese who have worked with foreign colleagues experience communication difficulties, a private firm survey results showed Sunday, with language issues blamed as the majority of cases. How do you feel about this?
I actually never worked with non-Japanese people in my company. So,
In your company, but you've worked with me before on projects.
Oh, that's right. You are a non-Japanese person. I totally forgot about that. Or I didn't even.
I don't really think. I mean, obviously, because I work with any country, like any person from any background is fine with me. As long as they're a good person, that's all I care about.
Exactly. So I wanted to see what's the, like what did they say? That language barrier?
So they said that the majority of the people, I'll read it here. It says, the most important language issues were chosen by 57.3% of the respondents in a multiple choice section as the cause of difficulties in communicating. Misunderstandings or mistakes arising from insufficient Japanese comprehension were cited by 32.3%. My favorite thing about this article is actually the Reddit comment on it, which is, it says, lots of Japanese people have trouble interacting with their Japanese coworkers too.
That's true. Very true.
When I read that, I was like, that is exactly right.
Yeah, it's not about, that's true.
Can I ask you a question? Why do Japanese people seem to have such trouble communicating at all? Like, why is communication such an issue here?
They are not honest, maybe, I think.
They don't say what they think.
They don't say what they think. So I always say what I think, right?
And this is why sometimes people, they're like, fuck you, Natsuki. Fuck you.
That's right. It happens. But less trouble.
That's true. So I think that my policy is I try to be as honest and as direct as I can, but sometimes in Japan, that's a really bad idea. So sometimes, it's really, sometimes communication happens when you don't want it to happen. Mm-hmm. For example, if I make a comment about, if I'm in a bar and I make a comment about something in the bar, now the master's thinking, am I tomari? Am I beating around the bush and trying to tell him something? And I'm like, no. I just said exactly what I thought. Mm-hmm. There's no deeper meaning. Don't think about this anymore. Let's move on. But in Japan, they'll be like, what did he mean by that? Does he mean this? Does he mean that? Was he criticizing me? It's like...
They do.
It's mendokusai.
They do. And then, they thinking about, some other things in their mind and, even create their own story.
Right. And it's just all I said is I really like this lamp. Mm-hmm. It's a cute lamp.
That's it.
So sometimes, oh my God, they'll interpret it as the exact opposite meaning. For example, if I go into somebody's house and I see that they have a cute dog, I'm like, oh, you have such a cute dog. And then they'll be thinking did he mean that I have a cute dog, or was he iyami? I don't know, iyami. Was he upset that I had a dog? Which one was it? I'm like, you guys are, in Japanese we say mendokusai. You guys are so much trouble. So much trouble. I didn't mean anything. Just cute dog.
It depends on person though, but it happens.
It's annoying. Sometimes because I notice the way that people look, and if your appearance changes, I comment when I see you the next time. You're like, oh, you cut your hair, it looks nice, or oh, you lost weight, or something like that. I'll make the comment, and then sometimes kanji guys, they girls will be like, oh, Mitch is flirting with me. I'm like, no, I just told you that your hair is different. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do know what you're talking about. And I kind of feel like, お疲れ様ですって感じ.
And all I was saying is your hair color changed. Oh, Mitch is in love with me? It's no, I am not.
So why don't you tell them? I don't mean to love with you, but you changed your hair.
But because I just said, sometimes Japanese people will take the opposite meanings. Why did he say, あなたのことそんなに気になってないけど、ちょっと髪の毛は変わりましたね. So I don't really take so much notice to you, but your hair changed, right? Why did he have to say the first part? Why did he say that? Is it because he truly actually likes me? You know what I mean? It's
yeah, that's funny.
So people that do that, I avoid.
Right. Mm.
So speaking of communication problems, so Tokyo is launching a dating app where users have to verify their income and promise they want to get married as Japan fights tumbling birth rates.
なんだそれ?
So basically, 公務員 public workers who have a lot of free time and money that that's other people's money, taxpayer money. They decided that they're going to make an app to get people to get married in Tokyo and have babies. Notably, Elon Musk, who has called population decline a greater than a climate change threat, tweeted his support for the app. But although he doesn't really, Elon Musk tweets a lot of stuff. He just says shit sometimes.
I hope it helps for children's birth, because I saw the news, different news yesterday, and said the last year the rate of the birth was worse, right?
Yeah,
again,
1.2.
Every time. Every year,
it's worse and worse and worse.
Worse and worse and worse.
The top comments on this on Reddit is it says they will do just about anything but implement actual policies to help the young couples they want to have babies. So there's another article that I want to go to, and it's actually it's a little bit kind of positive. Wait. I need to open it. Okay, so you guys, Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli.
Hayao.
So like, the title of this article is Miyazaki might be right. Cases of a town, a city, a province, and a country that boosted birth rates. So one of the things that he said Hayao Miyazaki argued back in 2008 that investing in children and families should take precedence over stimulating domestic demand. And one of the things that this article goes on to talk about is how there's a couple of towns in Japan. There's the town of Nagi, which they have a bunch of like support for parents. They give them money. They give them like a birth. When they have a child, they give them a big package of things to help them, raise their children. And in this town, the fertility rate is 2.95.
Wow, like triple.
Almost triple. Right. And there's there's the city of Nagadeyama, and there's also there's a couple of cases outside the province of South, I guess it's Tyrol. It's in Italy. All of these places have turned around their birth rates because they're implementing policies that support young parents have kids.
That's nice. And well, what are details? Do you remember? We talked about the town of Nagi before, but I forgot about what they do.
So it says the town began offering free medical services for children under junior high school and paying parents basically like jumayen, so about $1,000 for every child born after their second. So over the years, the policies have expanded to include free medical care for children through high school, and the starting jumayen, 100,000 yen incentive for the first child, and subsidies for childcare, education, and even infertility treatments. Remember how can I say this?
Sure.
Your children, you got IVF.
That's right.
And so that's expensive. How much was it for you?
Oh, I took government money to do it. So government money took care of it. So it wasn't very expensive. But still, I paid like 50 万yen for total.
Is that from the government or from you? How much did you have to pay?
In total, maybe 50万yen.
$5,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, so stuff like that is really, really expensive. And if the government can help support that'll increase. Because if you think about it, if the government gives you, I don't know, $10,000 to have IVF and you have a kid or even two kids, those children will grow up and pay taxes and become productive members of society, hopefully. And so that's a big payback to you.
That's right.
And the government. So like that makes total sense to invest in that. Yeah, it makes total sense. But anyway, so that's what I think we should be doing, not making stupid apps in Tokyo to try to get people to date each other. There's no real segue to this. I'll just have to, I guess it's like speaking of children, I guess.
Speaking of
children, this is a story that I think you're familiar with. So there are a couple in Japan, they're YouTubers. They decided to put their baby, it's still being investigated, but supposedly this couple here locked purposefully. So this is maybe purposely locked their child in a car and waited for a locksmith to come and get the 2-year-old. And when they did, it's hot and like it's like, very dangerous. And I guess they posted this on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw the news and I didn't know about the YouTuber, but it said the 2 years old got locked in the car and then locked herself in the car. And then the daddy didn't help her and then watching her
And
to
filming her.
Yeah, that's insane. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So basically, it's like it's raising questions about, you know, what should be allowed with children on YouTube, because there's cases like this in America where there was a large family, and one of the children on this YouTube channel was constantly being like verbally abused by the parents on camera.
What's the point? What's the purpose?
Basically, like they were just trying to make drama.
Oh yeah.
And like it was just toxic bullshit. I think they either got canceled or YouTube updated their policies or something like that. But like this is an ongoing problem with children on YouTube. You know, because like how I mean, like if you put a child on TV, there's laws and rules that, you know, that control how you can use a child in a TV or a movie show.
That's right. That's right. I've heard of it before.
But on YouTube, it's like
free.
I mean, you know, just as long as you don't do anything illegal, you know, and that's kind of the problem, right?
Yeah, I heard that there's a, you know, famous kids YouTuber, and they don't go to school anymore because, you know, they're busy shooting themselves.
Yeah, which is okay if like I think that if you drop out of high school to become like a personality and you're successful, that's not good, but it's still understandable.
Yeah.
But if you're a parent and you're abusing your 2-year-old for views, that's just stupid. Speaking of abuse, unfortunately, we have another story about there is an Osaka professor who's currently being investigated for supposedly taking upskirt photo.
So embarrassing, because, you know, Osaka University is like, you know, one of the top universities in Japan, and he's a professor, right?
Yeah.
And he ruined his career and everything because of this, you know, stupid thing.
Why do you think he did this?
He had under stress maybe, or like, you know, I don't know. This is my point of view, but he might be, you know, studying or like, you know, for whole his life, but he probably didn't have many experiences when he was in, you know, young ages.
Yeah.
So he had wrong, なんていうの? Way to see the women. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. So the way he views women is maybe kind of strange.
Yeah, like なんかちょっと not straight って感じ?
So
I'm not sure.
Like I'm a pretty, like when it comes to like sex and stuff like that, I'm pretty free. Like if they're two consenting adults, like I don't care.
Sure.
Like, you know, especially now that it's after the pandemic, lots of, you know, like so many people, especially in like not in Japan, but in other countries, so many people like started OnlyFans accounts where they make money by, you know, in the sex industry and stuff like that. I don't care about any of that. If you're an adult, do whatever you want. I don't care. I don't think anybody should be shamed for doing any of that. Just do whatever you want. My problem with this story is that this is not consensual. The girl, if this is the case, if this is real, I mean, he's just being arrested. They haven't found him guilty yet, I don't think. But the girl didn't say okay.
That's right.
That's the problem for me.
That's right.
When you do, like, be all hentai all you want. I don't care.
Talking with you remind me the movie of Eyes Wide Shut. Tom Cruise. Yeah. First time I saw that movie, you know, many rich people want to do, you know,
like that.
Yeah, like that. And so, but just like you said, they both agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody agrees and everybody is like an adult, I don't care.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, you know, people have asked me because like in where I'm from in Vegas, prostitution is illegal, but right outside of Las Vegas in some places it's legal. You can it's like they have like
is prostitution illegal in Las Vegas?
It's technically illegal.
Okay.
I mean, it happens all the time, but it's
right.
technically illegal. But people have asked me like, what do you think about prostitution? I actually don't have a problem with prostitution as long as that's Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
As long as there's no drugs involved.
Yeah, right.
Like, because a lot of times you have, this is why I think if there is prostitution, there should be laws. It should be regulated, right? So you don't want to have like the mafia controlling it or like the Yakuza controlling it. Then there'll be abuse, there'll be drugs, there'll be all that other bad stuff. If you keep it clean, you keep it all consenting adults, I don't see a problem with it.
Okay, yeah.
But that's the point though. It's as long as it's consenting, as long as they agree, that's the key.
Yeah. We see a lot of news like this, you know, many people who have like, you know, good jobs or like remember we talked about the principal somewhere, steal their coffee from, なんだっけconvenience store とかさ
yeah,
like those なんか so many people who has good job ruin their life with such a stupid things and of course they have family, right? So embarrassing.
I mean, like I think part of it is also like, I mean, I don't know about these particular men, but like let's say that you have worked your whole life, you've got like a family, and then in a lot of cases in Japan, the marriage turns kind of cold.
Yeah.
And so like as a man, you still have a sexual drive. We were actually just talking about this the other day with in terms of your marriage.
Yeah.
But like, men still have needs. And so I think in this case, if you go, this is probably the reason why the Catholic Church had so many scandals, because, the priests, they can't have sex because they can't get married. So then they get like weird because they have like this drive and they don't know what to do with it. And then they target these innocent people. And that's the problem. So I think that's just really, that's just the issue right there. They're lonely, they're probably horny, and they're probably like slowly going a little bit crazy with stress and everything, and then they do shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not excusing it, it's still wrong, but I can kind of understand. So as we're going on that road, let's go to the next one. So we have another situation where a teacher so basically there's a girl who was bullying other girls in the school. Okay. And the teacher decided that he was going to in Kagawa, he decided that he was going to like discipline her, I guess. But then along those lines, he somehow got her social media and started talking to her in private. This is a high school girl. And then apparently they went on a drive together where he asked her about her sexual experiences and stuff like that. And according to the article, that there has, it doesn't mention whether or not there was any like actual like physical things, but like all of that has happened. And so this is like another scandal.
Yeah, it could happen everywhere. Even the teacher is very young, like 26 years old, right?
26.
Yeah, and then age doesn't matter, but still, like 26 years old and a 15 girl.
I mean, I've talked about this before. When I taught high school back in the States, and I was like, how old was I? 23 or 4 or something like that? I can't remember. And like, I would show up in a t-shirt and jeans and have my backpack on.
Okay.
And so like the other students would be like, hey, who are you? And I'm like, I have a teacher's bag. Stay away from me.
Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah. And there were a couple of times where, because I taught freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. And so like, there are a couple times where like the senior girls, I like it, we're like 4 or 5 year gap, right? And like they're dressing up like an adult at that point because they're about ready to graduate high school, and some of them would come up to me and start trying to flirt with me and stuff like that. And I just remember thinking like, if I was a bad guy, this would be so easy to like abuse my position.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was just like, wow. And actually I got scolded by another teacher. It was like my first week or something like that. And it was my prep time. So it was like a 1 hour break. And one of the students, my door was shut. One of my female students came in to ask me a question or something like that and then left. That was all. Nothing happened. Nothing bad. But then the next door teacher came over to my room and scolded me. And the teacher said to me, you cannot be in a room by yourself with a female student.
Like let the door open?
Yeah, make sure that you keep the door open.
Oh, okay.
And I thought about that and I was just like, I had never thought about any of this. Like it never crossed my mind. But then when I really thought about it, I was like, yep, I should not do that. I need to make sure. Cause like if the girl decided to say anything, it's her word against mine. And I would just be fucked because I'm like a male teacher.
That's right.
And I was just like, yeah, okay. So
yeah.
It's kind of a sticky situation. Speaking of sticky situation, Japan to replace cedars with low pollen trees to tackle hay fever. That's it. So after World War II, they put a bunch of new trees.
Why they decided to? Long time ago, why they decided to plant cedars at the time?
So because the cedar trees grow really quickly and they're just like strong trees.
I see.
So you can actually go to places in the Japanese countryside where they've it looks like Mario, like Super Nintendo Mario, because all the trees are planted exactly equidistant from each other.
That's right.
And they're all the same height because they're the same age.
Yeah, Mario.
So it looks like Mario.
Yeah, Mario World. I understand that. Yeah, Super Nintendo's right.
Yeah, it looks exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Japan. But anyway, they're going to start cutting these down and replacing them with non-allergenic trees, which I'm totally for.
Do you have hay fever?
So it's remember like a year ago after the pandemic, where for like 3 months I just couldn't breathe, I couldn't talk.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I got used to living in Japan after being here for so long, and my allergies went away. But then during the pandemic, I stayed inside, and every time I was outside, I was wearing a mask. So my allergies came back after the pandemic, but now they're okay.
Okay.
Mostly okay.
When is the season? Spring?
I don't know, springish. Yeah, it's springtime.
Springish,
It's when the pollen comes out. There's no segue to this, so let's just go to it. Tokyo's Shibuya Shinjuku wards crackdown on street drinking. Now, there's a official story behind this, but the real story is that probably somebody in Shibuya learned the term Shibuya meltdown. Okay, there is a hashtag that's called Shibuya meltdown.
Meltdown.
Yeah, let me try to just Google that and see what comes up. Shibuya meltdown. So, here we go.
Do you see people drink outside these days? I mean, in Kagoshima City? Like young people? I don't see many people in this area anymore.
So this is called the Shibuya meltdown.
Yeah.
It's a hashtag on Twitter.
All right.
Sorry, X. So basically, it's a bunch of drunk people like asleep or passed out in Tokyo or around Shibuya.
Oh, we saw somebody sleeping in front of 7-Eleven.
Oh my
last
God,
week.
I should.
Yeah.
Actually, here, let me just pull that up. I have a photo of it. Let's see. No,
It was for the first time in a long time I saw the person like that. Because I don't go out often anymore. That's probably why.
Did I send you that photo?
Yeah,
I don't think
did. You did.
Did I? I think I put it on Instagram and you copied
you did.
it.
That's right. You uploaded in Instagram.
Oh shit! I don't have my phone with me. I'll edit it into the show when we get to this point. That there's the. We were walking. Where are we going? We're going from a bar to another bar.
Yeah.
Bar to bar.
Bar to bar.
Dude, I went to the worst like restaurant in Kagoshima, like izakaya in Kagoshima, like 2 days ago.
What happened?
So it's like near Genki's place that we went to the other day. It's on that same street.
Who is Genki?
Genki at Konchikisho.
Oh, okay.
So we went to like one of my coworkers. She was like, "Oh, I want to go to this izakaya that I haven't been to in 10 years." And so we go to the location of it, and it's a different name.
All right.
And we go, and I'm not going to name this place. I don't want anybody to shame this place, but we go in. And like the mama-san is super, I don't want to call her mama-san. She's like a okami. She's like tsundere. Like she's so like just cold.
Not nice.
She like, because my coworker, female Japanese girl, goes to come in and she's like, I guess, mitaina. She's like, whatever. And we sit down and she's just like, she was rude.
Is she older lady?
Yeah, she's a little bit older, but not that old. And she was like, rude, and she's like she's been doing her job for like 30 or 40 years, so she just doesn't care. And it was just like a really like, I don't know, unwelcoming environment. And here's the thing, I would let all of that slide. I'd say that's fine for all of that if the food was really fucking good.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And how was the food?
The food was incredibly average.
Okay, average.
And I was like, and then I asked her, I was like, how were things during the pandemic? She's like, oh, it was fine because I just, it was a vacation for me. I figured like I'd just sit around and wait for it to end. And I was like, yeah, now that it's over, how are things? She's like, it's not like before. I'm like, yeah, it's mostly like foreign tourists. She's like, yeah, I don't care about that. I don't want them to come here.
She maybe has mental problem.
No, I was like, dude, you suck. And I was just like, anyway, and then the thing is, it wasn't even cheap. It was bad manners, bad food, and expensive price. And I was like, I don't really experience this in Kagoshima.
The price is there for like long time?
So she's been running it for 10 years, but before that, 40 years by different mama-san.
I'm so curious which one.
We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
I don't want to name the place,
Sure.
but yeah, it was pretty. I was like, anyway, getting back to the Shinjuku meltdown. This is the Shinjuku meltdown. So it's basically like this. And I will post a picture of the Tenmonkan meltdown that...
Is it only happen in Japan? Or like, when tourists come to Japan and see those people and then they will think like, wow, this is so Japan.
So America, Mexico, Canada... I went to Indonesia. I went to Portugal. I went to Spain recently. I've not seen that.
That's right. Because it's dangerous.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's also like a lot of these places get really, really cold in the winter and you could die doing that.
Oh, that's it. I mean, yeah, I was wondering why Japanese people, it's kind of normal situation to us. We see those people often, in downtown area, everywhere.
I think it has something to do, honestly, I think what it is, it's just that it's like, one, there's the train culture here. So when the last train is finished and you have to wait till morning, people just like sleep.
That's right.
And then two, I think that there's also, it's like the drinking culture here is just a little bit different than everywhere else. I think maybe the only place that gets close to this is like Oktoberfest in Germany.
Oh, okay.
Maybe during that time it's problematic.
Only during that time, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
If you go to downtown London during like a weekend, you could probably see a bunch of stuff like that. But I think the police, like if you're drunk on the street, the police will take you to jail.
All right. But even in Japan, it's not safe to do that because one of my friends,
of course, it's not safe to do that.
Yeah, got really drunk and fell asleep on the road, and then next morning his belonging was everything gone. Yeah.
I mean, it does even happen sometimes in Japan. I mean, like it's rare, but it does happen.
Yeah,
here
it does
as well.
happen. So your wallet, smartphone, everything.
Let me tell you guys, if you have like if you're still able to function and you're really, really drunk and you're downtown in Tokyo or something like that, and you don't have a hotel or your hotel's really far away, find yourself an internet cafe.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
It's like 1,000 yen, 2,000 yen. You just pay it. You go inside and just sleep in the little booth.
They have individual rooms too.
Right. They're like, they give you, I mean, they have two styles. One's like an open space for the computers, and then the other is like the little cubicles. And it's got it's like a bed basically. And there's showers. So you can get showered. If you ever get in that situation, go pay the 1,000 yen and sleep for a few hours in an internet cafe.
They have suntan machine too.
They have a suntan machine?
Yeah.
Jesus. And most of the time when you go there, they have free like soft drinks as well. So it's really good. It's really good. It's really good service. Toyota apologized for cheating on vehicle testing and halts production of 3 models. And the only reason why I'm bringing this up is, you know what? This is so unfair. Toyota did this shitty thing. I don't know why the CEO went along with this, but they did this shitty thing. And like the news kind of talks about it.
But just for a short time,
right?
Yeah.
If Tesla did this, it would be wall-to-wall news for like weeks. I don't know why. For
protect, who is on Toyota's side then?
No, they're just not interesting. No one cares. People
really?
Look at them, they're like, okay, who cares? But if it's Tesla, everybody clicks on it.
Why? Because it's Tesla?
Because Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. That's right. Okay.
So I don't know. Anyway, if you own a Toyota, good luck. I actually don't like Toyotas. I've never liked Toyotas as a car. I've never owned one, but I've driven several, and I'm just like, these are not good.
I don't know why, but I've been driving my cars are all Nissan.
I like Nissan cars, which is why it really pissed me off that what they did to Gon, the former CEO.
Yeah.
He fixed their company, and then the Japanese racists, they're like, we can't have a foreigner in charge of our company. And then they made up a bunch of shit to try to get him arrested.
We don't talk about Gon anymore. So he,
he left.
He's
gone.
Right. He's gone, and he will never come back, right?
He's never coming back.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy because like the Japanese police were basically terrorists to an innocent man. I mean, that's the story.
Oh,
I mean, that's the story. Like Gon was. I mean, I'm not saying that he was completely innocent. Maybe because all business is kind of messy sometimes. But he was not bad. They couldn't charge him with anything. They just kept arresting him and putting him in jail endlessly. It's a tragedy. And then, like, honestly, that's one of the reasons why a lot of foreign companies don't want to invest in Japan, because it's like, is there rule of law here? Can we trust Japan? That's bullshit. I mean, Nissan was failing as a company. He came in, fixed it. Then he was going to have, I think it was Renault and Nissan like merged together. And then all the Japanese executives were like, we can't have this. And then they conspired to do something against him. That's all it was, which is shitty because the cars, I really like Nissan cars. And it's shitty that those executives have now ruined everything for the brand.
I didn't know that.
You get read deep onto what happened to Gon. It was fucked up. It's totally fucked up. It was a Japanese.
I thought Gon did something wrong. That's why he ran away.
No. He was running away from a justice system that is absolutely fucking horrible. The Japanese justice system is really bad. The reason why people don't really realize this is because most people never get involved with the Japanese justice system, very few percent. But once you're involved in it, it's total garbage. Like police officers do really, I mean, not all of them obviously, but some of them do really terrible things. There's a documentary that I was watching the other day about how Japanese police officers and prosecutors force innocent people to confess to crimes that they didn't do, including one was a mother. Her daughter died in a fire. And the prosecutor was like, you killed your daughter. So not only did her daughter die in a fire, now she's dealing with a prosecutor that is trying to convince her that she killed her daughter.
It sounds like before World War II.
No, it's like current day Japan. This is
God.
And it's, she eventually got released from prison, but the reason why is because the fire department, I love firefighters all over the world. They're the best. Everybody loves firefighters. They proved that the mother couldn't have possibly made the fire. They're like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? They proved it. And then they're like, oh, we were wrong. Sorry.
That's it?
That's it. It's stupid. I mean, not to say that doesn't happen in other places, but it does happen a lot here. So let's go into something a little bit happier.
Yeah.
Here we go. Mermaid Academy helps promote growing aquatic art form in Japan. This is Nagoya. Usually I hate on Nagoya, but I'm kind of into this. A small business based in Nagoya, central Japan, is offering people of all ages a chance to step into colorful fishtails and learn the graceful art of mermaid swimming. There's really nothing else to it than that. They just like jump in a tank and jump around and swim around as a mermaid.
That's cute. I mean, I would like to try that. Like, you wear fin. It's like, like experience the world of a Little Mermaid,
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Do you know what the word narc means?
No, what is it? Nerve, how do you spell N?
So you know what a tattletale is?
Turtle tail.
Tattletale.
Tattletale.
So if you're in school and you see like a kid do something bad and you tell the teacher, that's called tattletaling.
I see. In Japanese, tsugeguchi.
Tsugeguchi.
Okay.
And then the kid that does that is called a narc, N-A-R-C.
I mean, they pretend they're like nice kid.
No. They're just the people who tell on their friends to the teacher. They're called a narc.
チクる人ね.
Chikuru hito.
Okay.
So in Japan, we have now the world's youngest narc. So this 3-year-old boy was walking around with his mother, and they found a flower that they didn't recognize, and they were like, "What is this flower?" And so they went home and they looked it up, and it was an opium poppy. So basically, opium makes things, they make like cocaine. And so like they reported it to the police, and then the police said, his courageous actions have helped preserve the peace of our local community.
Children like those age like to narc. Like even my kid, she always does that. Like, my little sister did this or things like that. Yeah, it's cute story. Made me happy.
The top comment on this is little narc.
Little narc. Okay, today I learned a new word, narc. Narc.
Let's continue
Narc.
Let's continue with our serious stories. Here's one. So here, talking about Elon Musk. Here's why a Japanese billionaire just canceled his lunar flight on Starship. So there was this happened last week. There was a Japanese billionaire. What's his name? I can't remember.
I remember the
Yasuku Maezawa.
That's right, Maezawa ne.
He was a billionaire.
He created the Zozo ne.
Zozo, yeah.
He used to own Zozo.
Yeah, so he's kind of eccentric, and he was gonna spend millions to go on a fly around the moon.
That's right.
And then he recently canceled it.
He did?
Because let's see.
Why? A turning point?
Let's see. So the reason why, there's basically two things that happened. One, he's no longer worth as much money as he used to be.
All right.
It's probably just because of the Japanese economy and the weak yen.
So which means like he cannot afford anymore?
No. He can still afford it. But then the other thing that he did is that he was on a crew that went to the International Space Station on a Soyuz rocket earlier, because This was supposed to happen in 2023, this lunar flight, but it got pushed back. And so like it was being delayed. At the same time, he says additionally, he's scratched his itch to go to space in 2021, flying aboard a Russian Soyuz vehicle for a 12-day trip to the International Space Station. So he already went to space.
No, he did. So he decided to know more because
like,
he once experienced already.
Yeah, so he's like, we're good.
That's enough.
So he canceled his moon flight. He's like,
All
we're
right.
good. We're good,
choice.
guys.
Good choice. Because you experienced once. That's enough.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Next story is bad-mannered tourists cause chaos at new Mount Fuji viral photo spot. So there's a new one. So we talked about last week and the week before that and the week before that, the Lawson. This is not the Lawson. This is the stairway to Fuji. This is it. That's all.
No way.
So look. So I'm gonna play this. Wait, so we'll watch this. So here we go. So you can see it's like the stairway up to Mount Fuji. So then, so now people are coming to this little area and they're lining up to take a photo up the stairway that goes up Mount Fuji. Now, the problem with this is that this is just a local area that doesn't have like any of the facilities to like make for parking. They have a little bit of parking, but like they don't have enough like space for like buses and stuff like that.
Good for them. I mean, even if you make a fence to avoid people to come, people find a way. Yeah, so we cannot stop them.
So part of this,
that's a nice view.
Right. They were talking about how one of the things that kind of pissed me off is like in this interview, they talked to a local official, and let me see if I can find it. Like I don't know. Their thinking is just so stupid at times, and I just like get annoyed with them. Let me try to find it.
By the way, Mount Fuji is very beautiful. Wow.
Have you ever you climbed it before?
I did, but to see the Mount Fuji like from far away is more beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, like me and Norm from Tokyo Lens, we like boated around the what you call it, the lake below it.
Yeah,
it was fun.
What I liked about this, kind of stuff and news, an old lady was in the news, and then she was like, I don't like these ideas, as she says. I really liked her.
The idea of the wall.
Yeah, because she want people to come, and then that's a nice thing. But to make a wall like that, it makes nonsense.
It might have been this one. This guy.
Okay.
Look at this guy's
I'm
comment.
curious. Okay, let me hear.
Oh wait, you can't see it. So this guy. So if I play the sound, I get flagged. So I'm not playing the sound. But like basically, this guy was talking about how like
narc. He's a narc.
So this is from ANN News, and he's talking about he's this one here, right? He's like, it's okay if they come, but they gotta like be nice and friendly and stuff like that. And what I was trying to think about in this situation is like every one of these spots to just cash in.
That's right.
Make a bunch of fucking parking, make a beautiful staircase up to Mount Fuji, and just let people take tons and tons of photos.
That's right.
Why don't they fucking do that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, like
monetize.
Yeah, monetize. That's right there. Why don't they just fucking monetize it? I don't know. Like all these places around Mount Fuji, they're just like they don't get it. Like, why don't they get it?
That's right.
It's really annoying to me.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Make write a letter and send it to them.
No, they're just old and they don't care because like they live off taxpayer money, so they don't give a fuck. They're just like they have their salary. Meanwhile, the local economy is struggling. It's the same story everywhere. Let's end today with a sweet story. Godiva, which Godiva. 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 We say Godiva. Godiva unveils new canned cakes in Japan. That's it. There's like they're not cans, they're actually in a bottle, but they're like little cakes that come in a little bottle.
Oh my God, it's expensive. It says how much?
1,598 yen. Oh man. But they got like layers and everything.
Yeah. Look. You want one?
No, I don't eat sweet stuff. I mean, it looks good. Oh my God.
Yeah,
600 calories.
It looks good, but still too expensive to me.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, many young women will love it because it looks like very Instagrammable.
That's it. That's it. I think that's everything these days needs to be Instagrammable. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're happy, right?
Yeah, that's right. We're happy.
What does your father say? Que sera, sera.
Yeah, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be.
So eat your Godiva cake, bottle, jar, can thing.
Yeah.
And be off with you. That's been our thing. I think that's the end of our show, Nazi. I don't think we have any other news to talk about. I know some people have DM'd me about talking about the new change in the law about permanent residency, how the government can change it now if you don't pay your taxes and stuff like that. But I'm not talking about that right now because it's still kind of, we haven't figured out exactly what it means yet. So we'll talk about it when we have more information. But yeah, what are you going to do this weekend, Natsuki?
I'm gonna go to aquarium tomorrow as a field trip from my daughter's daycare.
Aquarium?
Aquarium.
That's a place I'm not allowed to go to anymore.
Why not? Oh yes, that's right. I totally forgot. Okay.
I mean, if I wanted to, I could go there, but it's just kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, because you upload it on YouTube, it stays forever.
I didn't upload that scene on YouTube.
And then even the American TV station. Radio station? What was
TV
it?
show.
TV show.
National TV show.
Yeah.
For those of you who have gotten to the end of the show and what she's talking about, is that I got engaged in the aquarium here, and it was captured on camera, 2 cameras actually. And I'm not gonna name names. I didn't do it, and I wasn't against it, but I didn't do it. Somebody uploaded it to the internet, and it got found by an American TV show, and it got broadcast from coast to coast in North America. So all of my friends called me up. They're like, congratulations. By the way, I never got married. So that's the problem. Had I gotten married, it would have been fine, but I didn't get married. So that is the problem right there.
Oh my God. I'm going to tell she. No. I thought I'm going to tell Shiri, but she won't understand what that means. So maybe in the future.
Maybe you could just leave that detail out. It's fine. You don't need to tell her that. Although I will say this, when I was in Lisbon in Portugal a couple months back, and I went to an aquarium there to check it out, learn. It was kind of like to learn because I have a production company and they have all these little productions inside with video productions, and so it's kind of like a study trip there, right? And I was there, and I was just like, you know what? I don't hate aquariums. Oh yeah, I was like, because
the aquarium in Lisbon was very nice.
It was okay, but it was okay. But like I was like, because I was like, I'm never going to go to an aquarium again. They're ruined for me forever. But I was just like, nah, they're not so bad.
Oh, happy for you. Yeah, let's go to Kagoshima City aquariums together.
I don't want to see their staff because like we made some promises that didn't come true, and they might be like, you motherfucker, and I'd be like, hey everybody.
But no, I saw somebody photo shooting in the
so yeah,
aquarium.
those, you know what they did, those guys, those wonderful, beautiful, don't hate me aquarium people, they saw the production that I did there, and they got the idea. They're like, we should have like wedding photo shoots and actual weddings in front of the giant tank.
Yeah, they did. They stole the idea from you?
Well, I mean, steal it. It's fine. It was a good idea. God damn, that made such a great video. This is the silhouette. It was like Disney. It was great. Yeah. I know. I have such a good mind for stuff like that.
Just never happened in the real life. I mean, the proposal happened, but the marriage didn't happen.
Marriage did not happen. That's but all parties are happier. So that's the important thing. Both sides are happier. So
remember, que sera.
Whatever will be, will be. Guys, that's been the end of our show. If you guys want to support us, there's a link to our Patreon in the description. There's also links to all the articles that we talked about. If you guys would please give us a like. And a subscribe if you haven't already, and comments. Did you see my proposal video?
We're happy. Now we're happy.
And if you did, what did you think about it? We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.